And that is and should be a touchdown. Here we go. Bryson Mars has got his back behind him. It is Jaquindon Jackson. Here's the snap. Bryson Barnes looking deep. He's got a man. It's caught! He's gone! Touchdown early! All right, everybody. Welcome. It is the 2024. It is the Fiesta Bowl, and it is the college football playoff, and this is incredible. We're here, and it is an incredible game that we got coming up. Boise State, Penn State. And so what I'm going to try to do here in just a moment, I'm trying to get it pulled up real quick, is get your bracket pulled up for you so you can get an idea of what a bracket is looking like. So, all right, here we go. Let's flip here to the bracket. All right, as you can see, you have Boise State and Penn State here on the bottom right-hand side of the bracket. Then, of course, they would play the winner of the Notre Dame-Georgia game. And then, of course, on the other end, you got Ohio State and Oregon, and then you got Arizona State and Texas, which tomorrow we'll have Ohio State and Oregon for you. That's at the Rose Bowl, so we'll be bringing that to you live here on the channel. So, that is the bracket. This is where we stand. So, welcome. I'm Cooper Naylor. So glad that you could join us here tonight. You just got done watching our pregame coverage, and so here is something big for tonight. You got to watch out because Penn State's defense, especially a guy like Abdul Carter, he is going to be electric here tonight. He is going to cause a lot of issues for this team, for a team like Boise State. Now, on the other hand, you got a good running back in Ashton Jeanty who can really light you up. So, of course, there's a lot of optimism for what could Jeanty do here tonight. And I think that's the matchup everybody wants to see. Abdul Carter and that Penn State defense going up against Ashton Jeanty and the Boise State offense. And keep in mind, something I mentioned yesterday is that there's guys that Maddox Madison, the quarterback, he can go to. Namely, you got Cam Camper, you got Latrell Caples. That's like your two big receivers. Plus, you got Cage Casey. He's your left tackle. He can really space the field as far as making sure you have enough space to, open up the run game. So definitely some interesting stuff going to be happening here tonight. Also on that offensive side for Penn State, don't forget Harrison Wallace III. Nick Singleton and Katron Allen, two running backs for Penn State, are going to be big here tonight. So very exciting to see on this game. Of course, this is just the beginning of our coverage here tonight. Of course, like I said before, we got our countdown. As you can see in the top right corner of your screen at the moment, you got a countdown. We are under 5.5 hours till the new year. So very exciting to say the least. So right now, the Broncos of Boise State, they got a 3-0 record all time in the Fiesta Bowl. They are getting ready to make their way to the field. Of course, as you can see here, if you haven't already, please follow us on YouTube, Rumble, or Patreon, wherever you're finding us here tonight. On YouTube, especially though, we are 2 subscribers away from 100. So if you are watching us on YouTube, then please consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers. This is a goal we set out last New Year's Eve special that we did. So we're hoping to get there. And that'll be something later on in the broadcast after the game's over when I start talking about goals I want to set for the channel for next year and what I thought about this year. And then really it's going to be more, I'm going to give you some goals that I have because I think I got a couple of goals I really want to achieve next year with this YouTube channel. So very special. Also, the Rumble channel and the Patreon channel, Really want to get those going really good. So I'm hoping to have a great 2025. So I'm excited for it. But of course, yeah, we are excited. And so I can go ahead and show you at the moment. Here's the subscriber count on the YouTube side. So that's just a note to keep for yourself. We're sitting still at 98. So if if you feel like it, please do subscribe because we're trying to get the best possible content as we can. So it is about time for the college football playoff quarterfinal round in this new era of college football. So right now they're playing an intro video with Ashton Ginty. Quarterfinal round beginning at the Fiesta Bowl. You got the Peach Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl tomorrow afternoon. Of course, like I said before, we plan to give you the broadcast of Oregon and Ohio State as well. And if we're able to do it, we plan to give you both semifinal games, and we plan to give you the national championship here on the channel. But of course, we'll have to wait and see how things work out for us here on Saber Broadcast Network. So very excited for the future of Saber Broadcast Network. It's going to be a great night. So, if you're right now, if you're watching live in the comments, let me know how excited are you for this quarterfinal round, because I want to know. I want to get an idea of how people are feeling about this quarterfinal round, because I'm kind of iffy on it just because of the matchups, because they're decent matchups, are not incredible. I mean, other than Ohio State and Oregon, that's like incredible. So let me know what you think about these matchups. Right now, Spencer Danielson getting interviewed up until kickoff. It looks like we got about a little over a minute until the game kicks off. So very exciting. But Ashton Ginty this season, 344 carries, 2,497 yards. That leads the FBS. He's got a 7.3 average. He's got 29 touchdowns this season. That is a ridiculous stat line there, folks. And now, of course, James Franklin on the other side being interviewed. Just interesting to note about, you got James Franklin in this Penn State team. Well, both teams really have never made the college football playoff. It gets expanded. Now they have their chance to play. And Penn State, in that first playoff, in their in the first round game that they had, they really embarrassed SMU. If you watch that, it was rough to watch that game. Personally, it was rough doing it, but having to watch it and try to figure out what do I say throughout this game, that's what I felt like about a week and a half ago with Penn State and SMU. So here we go. Boise State to receive the ball. Penn State will get it to begin the second half. It is time for the quarterfinal round of the college football playoff. Here we go, and the ball is out, and Boise State will let that go into the end zone for a touchback. Of course, Ashton Ginty against this Penn State defense. Ashton Ginty, 192.1 rush yards a game, seventh most in a season in FBS history. 12 rushes of 50-plus yards. That's second most in a season in the last 25 years. In the Penn State's defense, 100.4 rush yards allowed a game. Seventh fewest in the FBS. So here we go. Madsen sends his receivers in motion. He's got Ginty behind him. Sends another man in motion. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to Ginty. Ginty's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He had nowhere to go. And right there you see that stout Penn State defense really imposing their will early. They're trying to say, hey, you, Ashton Ginty, you may be good, but we're better. As a unit, we are better. That's what they're trying to show here today. So here we go. More motion for the Boise State Broncos. Ashton Ginty to the right of Maddox Madsen. Here's Madsen with the snap, looking to throw. He's got his man. That is caught. First down, and that is Brent Strachan. And a great throwing catch. And Maddox Madsen this season, 22 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's 7.3 touchdown to interception ratio, second among qualified FBS quarterbacks. 224 rush yards, 5 rushing touchdowns for himself this season. So here we go, more motion. Madsen sends his receivers in motion. Ginty behind him. Another man in motion. Ginty's going to get the carry, and he will get a couple of yards right there, but not a whole lot. Just not a whole lot doing if you are Ashton Ginty. All right, 2nd and 7 now for Boise State. So far, it's been a, I would say, methodical drive. Ashton Ginty definitely, he's gotten 2 carries so far. We'll have to see how he does throughout the game, but Ginty, I would say, not the best start, I don't think, on his first 2 carries. Here we go. Here's Madsen looking to throw, going to throw it deep, got a man caught to the 35 on Penn State's side of the field. That is Matt Lauder, the tight end. And what you're going to see right here, well, what you have right here is Madsen. He just finds his tight end over across the middle of the field. Here we go. Madsen looking to scramble around, and he'll be brought down. It'll be 2nd down for Boise State, and it's not a whole lot doing right there. And I think this is the part where I think Boise State has to prove they can compete is can they whenever that defense of Penn State really starts pressing, how can they do? That's a 2-yard carry right there from Madsen a minute ago. So here we go, man in motion for Madsen. He hands it off to Ginty. And again, just not much there. He maybe had a yard. 3rd down now for the Broncos. Definitely bend, don't break type of defense so far if you are Penn State. And so here we go. Madsen going up to give some signals to his teammates. Same for the Penn State defense. Getting some signals. Here's Madsen looking to throw. Going to flip it to Ginty. And he's got he breaks free. Incredible way to break free, but it's not enough. It'll be 4th down for Boise State. So now, be interesting if they decide what they decide to do. It looks like they're going to elect to take the 3. Not a bad decision. All right, I'm going to get up for just a second. And if you missed it, it was a missed field goal. A missed field goal right there. So I'm so sorry I missed that, but I had to get up. My little cat who likes to come in a lot of times. She she decided she was trying to take my food, so I had to get up. So either way, all good. So, of course, 0-0 after that drive has completed. So, got a lot of football left to play here tonight. Hey, why not? It's a New Year's Eve stream. Games at a break. So why not? Why don't I let you see a little bit of what I've got here to eat? So I'm gonna flip my camera real quick. So we'll come back to the scoreboard cam, back to our main cam, and this is a little bit of the plate of food I got here, New Year's Eve. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy some football and some good food. Of course, I'm back to our scoreboard cam. So, let's take a short break, and we will be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Had a quick break. I was enjoying some food that I just showed you a second ago. So yeah, New Year's Eve stream. Definitely having a lot of fun with this so far. This is the second year I've done a New Year's Eve stream. If you want to go back to last year's New Year's Eve stream, it was fun. So here we go. Drew Aller and the Penn State Nittany Lions coming out. Aller takes the snap, hands it off, and that'll be a carry for about a yard. Nick Singleton right there. This season for Drew Aller, 21 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's got a 68.5 completion percentage. That's 11th in the FBS. He's got 6.1 yards per rush when he runs it himself. So here we go. Aller sends a man in motion. He's got his running back to his left. Now looking to throw. Going to throw it out wide. And that right there is his tight end. And that is Luke Reynolds. It's a name you really don't hear very often from Penn State. But yeah, Luke Reynolds getting in the action. Be 3rd and 2 for Penn State. And this season, they are 48% on third downs. That's tied for 12th in the FBS. Man in motion, that's just Tyler Warren. Aller takes the snap, handing it off. And this is Katron Allen getting down the sidelines and getting to about the 46, 47-yard line. And that'll be all he has. But hey, first down and a lot more. So great run right there if you are Katron Allen. And I like the way that Penn State's playing this here early. 2 runs. They had a passing play, but excuse me. Sorry about that. But it's very even. So I like the mix up, like the mixture of the plays. So here we go. Aller hands it off to his running back. This one is Nick Singleton. Nice carry right there. And so it'll be 2nd down. Something else to keep in mind tonight that people's been talking about. The secondary for Boise State has been weak all season, so we'll see how the pass goes. But they are content to run the ball. Another first down for Nick Singleton for Penn State. So I like how Penn State's got two running backs here, both Katron Allen, Nick Singleton. Both of them are incredible running backs. And so, when you have a two-headed duo like that to run the ball, it's very scary to go against if you are Boise State. You got two guys you got to defend. Plus, you got Tyler Warren, the tight end, to defend. Here we go. Katron Allen gets to the outside, and he's got a first down, and he's down to about the 20-yard line. Great job right there by Katron Allen. And here early, it's like Boise State's defense, they scouted up on Nick Singleton. But when it comes to Katron Allen, he's had two really big runs here early for Penn State. Nice run right there. So far, play selection, Penn State's ran the ball 5 times, only one pass. And that was that pass to Luke Reynolds. So here we go. Eller takes the snap. Here's the handoff to Katron Allen, getting the outside, breaks a tackle. And that's very close. Did he get the first down? And it looks like they are going to give it to him. But hey, that is a great run right there by Katron Allen. There's not much you can do if you're Boise State. And there's a sidearm right there as that'll just go out of bounds. Drew Aller just didn't have anyone available to throw them to. So, quick moving first quarter, 6:47 to go. As the Nittany Lions looking to score here early in the 3Boise Fiesta Bowl. So far, Boise State's defense, it almost looks like they don't know what hit them here early. So here we go. Nick Singleton is lined up behind Aller. Aller looking to throw. Got time. Floats it in the end zone. Tyler Warren! Was it caught? They're going to give it to him. Touchdown, Penn State. What a catch. Tyler Warren in the back of the end zone, 11 yards. Penn State strikes first, but they're going to have to look at this. Did he get a foot in bounds? And yes, he did. He is in. Great awareness by the tight end. Tyler Warren, he is clearly in bounds. That is a touchdown. Penn State will have the lead early. So that is a 9-play, 72-yard drive that took up 4 minutes off the clock. As that extra point will be up and good for the Nittany Lions. Penn State strikes first in the Fiesta Bowl. And what a play right here. Aller, he just has all the time in the world, just dances and floats it in the back of the end zone for Tyler Warren. Easy play, great throw, great catch by Tyler Warren. And Penn State has the lead early in this ball game. So, what a game. What a game early. All right. Let's take a break, and we will see you on the other side of this break. All right, welcome back, everybody. 7-0 Penn State here early in this ball game. And so, now that both teams have had a drive, what did I think about the early portion of this ball game? Well, first off, you can tell Penn State is a Big Ten school and Boise State is a group of 5. And the reason why I say that, and I mean, no disrespect to a guy like Ashton Jeanty, but he definitely, he looks like he's struggling a little bit out there. He doesn't have anywhere to run the ball. But if you're Penn State, you studied for this. You studied for it. Now, I will say, I think to get Ashton Jeanty going, Boise State needs to throw the ball for a good chunk of this drive, I think. I think they need Madsen to throw it across the field and then get Jeanty going a little bit. You can get Jeanty going that way. Here we go. And there's the kick. And it will be fielded. And that will get to about the 25-yard line. That is Latrell Caples. And so let's see what Ashton Jeanty can do on this drive. I mean, he's trying his best to play his hardest, but we'll just have to wait and see what he can do. It was rough on that first drive. While the game's at a broadcast break, of course, if you see right there, we're at 98 subscribers. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so because we are trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So that would greatly help us. So thank you very much for subscribing. And as you can see on the clock, we are almost under 5 hours till the new year, folks. How exciting is that? All right. With that being said, we will return. We'll return in a moment to the New Year's Eve special here on Saber Broadcast Network. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, everybody. This has been a fun stream so far. We are an hour in. Crazy to think about, isn't it? Still got 5 more to go, so we'll be in here for a while. So glad you're here with us, Cooper Naylor, for your New Year's Eve special here on Saber Broadcast Network, which features Boise State and Penn State. So very exciting stuff here tonight. As you can see, we are just under 4 hours, 59 minutes till the new year. So very exciting. So, of course, we are waiting on the game to come back from commercial break. Going to be interesting, though, because you got a guy like Ashton Jeanty. What can he do? And so, Ashton Jeanty, he needs to get another 100 and looks like 128 yards to break Barry Sanders' record. We'll see. So here we go. Madsen takes the snap, hands it off to Jeanty. He's going behind the line of scrimmage. And this Penn State defense is ready for him. So now he's under 2,500. And you can tell right now, Genty, he's trying to press. Just not much there. 2nd and 12 for the Broncos. That's 4 carries, only 2 yards for Genty. Man in motion. Here's Madsen looking to throw. And he's pressured. Flag on the field. Madsen scrambling. Now going to throw it. That one is dropped, I believe. So now we'll see what this flag is all about. And it's going against Boise State. Offensive holding. And when you're a team like Boise State, you can't have these unlucky breaks like this. And that is not going to help anything if you are the Broncos. And as you can see, Abdul Carter really getting some pressure. That is big number 66, Ben Dooley, who got called for that penalty, 3rd and 12. Here we go. Madsen takes the snap. Looking to throw. Got pressure. He's going to try to run, and he's going down for a sack. And this Penn State defense early is really imposing their will. 4th down, and Boise State will have to punt. And again, this is just this offensive line not really, this is just, they played Oregon, but this is just the inexperience of playing big-time teams such as Penn State. And so, of course, there's a penalty right there. So we'll see what that is all about. And a false start on the offense. Still 4th down, and that's backing them up a little bit more. 4th and 22. So Penn State's going to get great field position. James Ferguson Reynolds will be punting to Zion Tracy, and there's a punt. It is away. And fair catch called for by Tracy. So, fair catch called for, and so Penn State will get their second drive going in just a moment. So stick around with us. All right, welcome back. Penn State ball as they lead 7-0. There we go. Just waiting on national broadcast to return. Of course, in the chat, let us know what you think about the ball game so far. Ashton Genty, though, he hasn't had anywhere to run here early in this ball game. He's been bottled up. I mean, I would say, a great job by this Penn State defense by bottling him up. So, definitely interesting. Here we go. There we go. Trying to get my there we go. Got the Rumble portion of the stream on my computer. The way my studio's set up, I got 3 TVs. So one of my TVs, I got our stream here tonight on it on the YouTube side. So keeping up. So here we go. 7-0 Penn State football. 4:56 to go in this first quarter. Here is Drew Aller looking to throw. He's going to run, and he will get about 3 yards right there. Be second down for the Nittany Lions. Here's a run for Katron Allen. First down. He has had an amazing game right now. I mean, he has done an incredible job here tonight. So, got to give him credit. I mean, it's like Boise State, they prepared for Nick Singleton. They did not prepare for Katron Allen. So, Boise State, I'm telling you, they do not look ready. Here we go. Here's the handoff. Katron Allen, and I believe that's the first carry he's had all night that has not gone for a first down. As crazy as that sounds, I don't think he's had a carry that has not gone for a first down. That's crazy. Here's Allard looking to throw. Going to throw it deep in the end zone. It's caught. Omari Evans. Touchdown, Penn State. And all of a sudden, it is 13-0 in this ball game. But what a throw by Drew Aller. He put the ball right in the hands of Omari Evans. Great catch. Great throw. Touchdown. Penn State. Wow. 4 plays, 56 yards, a minute 21 taken off the clock. That is incredible. Extra point is up, and it is good. So Penn State 14-0 so far. So they, first quarter against SMU, they struggled a little bit offensively, but it was their defense that won the game. Tonight, I mean, their defense really won that game a week and a half ago. But this game, if this holds true, Penn State's offense is what will win this game. Again, Penn State's offense and defense, complete ball game. And I mean, I think Penn State knew coming out of that game against SMU, they're going to have to play complete football going forward. And Aller, that throw, my goodness. What a throw. He lays it right in the hands of Omari Evans. It was a beautiful throw. Just a beauty of a throw. So here we go. Here is the kickoff. And that one will go into the end zone. So, of course, there you have a quick message on their game. So, we're just waiting on that. What a game. 14-0. What can Boise State do? They need something here. So here we go. Here is Maddox Madsen. Takes the snap. Gonna throw it. Got his man. And that will go for a few yards. That right there is his receiver, Austin Bolt. So here we go. 2nd and 3 for the Broncos. Madsen got Ginty to his left. Going to hand it off to Ginty, who's got a little bit of space. And this is what we've been waiting for. First down and a lot more for Ashton Ginty. He gets to about the 45-yard line. And that right there, folks, is what we've been waiting to see from Ashton Ginty, is for that offensive line to give him a little bit of space and really get the run game going. He's got 5 carries, 14 yards, but that was definitely right there the best carry he's had all night long. So here we go. 2 men in the backfield with Maddox Madsen. That's Ashton Ginty. And the other guy was, looks like one of the receivers. Here's the snap. Ginty gets the carry. He's going to try to get to the outside, breaking some tackles. He lost the ball. Did they give... Penn State's got the ball? Oh my goodness. Ginty coughed the ball up, and Penn State is going to be driving once again. And right here, Ginty about out of bounds. And yeah, that's a fumble. And yes, what was the defensive player in bounds? That's the question we have here. That's recovering it was Zaki Wheatley. Did he get his feet in bounds? Was he in bounds when he caught the ball? 1st and 10. I guess they're going to say he was. Okay. Wow. Great defensive play there by Penn State. So here we go. Great starting field position if you're Drew Aller and the Penn State offense. Boise State, you got to get some. You got to get some stop. If you don't get it, you're going to being down 21-0. That's just a bad start. Aller looking to throw across the middle. That one is caught. That's Harrison Wallace the third. Great catch. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Aller in this Penn State offense is clicking. They're going to go fast. He fumbled the ball. Penn State's got the ball. Boise State's got the ball. Sorry about that. Aller fumbled the ball. It's Boise State football now. Oladipo with the recovery, and man, Ashton Ginty fumbled it for Boise State, and then on the other side, it's just miscommunication between Aller and Nick Singleton for the Penn State. Fumbles the football, and Oladipo for Boise State. He is there and ready to recover that football. Can Boise State do something on this offensive drive? They need it. They desperately need it right here. So from the 35, it's Madsen with Ginty to his left. Madsen looking to throw, going to throw it. That's his tight end wide open, and that is complete. That is Matt Wagner with the catch. And a nice way to get his tight end the ball right there. And so, of course, still a lot of football to be played here tonight. But definitely something Boise State needed was to start being able to move down the field a little bit. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 49. Man in motion. Madsen pitches it back to Ginty, who's got nowhere to go, and it'll be knocked out of bounds. behind the line of scrimmage. Again, just nowhere to go if you're Ashton Jeanty. I mean, you've had one or two really good runs, but outside of that, there's just been nowhere for Jeanty to run this evening. So we're under a minute to go in this first quarter. 2nd and 12 for the Boise State Broncos here in this quarterfinal matchup in the playoff. Here is Madsen handing it off to Jeanty, and he may have gotten a yard, but that is all. Penn State's defense has been all over this run game here early. Just nowhere to go. And so Jeanty, just nowhere for him to run. You got to get a lot of credit to that Penn State defense. They really studied the film really, really well. So 3rd and 11. Let's see if they get a playoff before the end of the quarter. And they don't look like they're in hurry mode. And that will be it for the first quarter. A quarter dominated by Penn State. Folks, 1 quarter in, and Penn State is up 14-0. We will see you on the other end of a commercial break. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Cooper Naylor here with you for our New Year's Eve special here on State Broadcast Network, which features a college football playoff game, which has been very one-sided so far. Penn State offensively, they went down the field. They had the one mistake, which was the fumble, which is just a miscommunication between Aller and Nick Singleton. Most likely they'll get that fixed up in the next on their next drive. Penn State's defense, though, I think that's the story of the game. Penn State's defense has just shut down Ashton Jeanty in that first quarter. Now, I know 3 quarters are still yet to be played, but Ashton Jeanty, he just has nowhere to go. And the offensive line, Boise State's offensive line is trying their best to make some space for Jeanty. There's just not anything going for Boise State early. So, of course, we're going to see what the Broncos can do on this drive. And so with that, let's go to another commercial break and we'll be right back. Here we go. Madsen looking to throw. Got some pressure coming. Madsen going to throw it. That one nearly intercepted. That was into double coverage. It'll be 4th and 11 now for Boise State. He is looking for Strachan. And that pass rush of Penn State, oh my goodness, they're just getting a lot of pressure on Madsen, and he just throws it up. I mean, there's not much else you can do. So here we go. Boise State getting ready to punt this ball back to Penn State, and there's the punt. It is away, and that will be a fair catch called for by Penn State. And so here comes Drew Aller in that offense of Penn State. So Boise State's offense, though, they're trying their hardest, but this is just what happens when you get a team like Boise State playing against Penn State. But either way, here's Aller handing it off, faking the handoff, going to try to run it with himself, and that defense of Boise State gets him down. That's Stieg right there. Nice stop of Aller. So first couple of drives, Penn State's offense looked really good. Last drive, Penn State fumbled, and now just a 1-yard run to begin this drive for Penn State. So here we go. Aller got his running back behind him, sends a man in motion. Aller takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Aller going to throw it to Tyler Warren, and he breaks a tackle, and he makes a positive play out of that. It's going to be a third down and about a yard to have to get right there. Just an incredible way for Tyler Warren. He looked like he was going down, and he made a play on that. Great job by Tyler Warren. And now it sets up a very manageable third down for the Nittany Lions. 3 yards to have to gain. Okay. So here we go. Nick Singleton moves out wide. Aller all alone in the backfield. Sends Tyler Warren in motion. He will go under center, and it's a pitch back to Aller from Warren, and Aller will just throw this ball away. So 4th and 3, and Penn State will have to punt. And, of course, Aller pleading his case with the referee. I mean, I understand the trick play like this, but Aller, I don't understand the whole thing with fussing. I mean, yeah, his receiver probably got held a little bit, but not enough to be noticeable. Here we go. Riley Thompson to Cooper Jones, and be Boise State football. This one's returnable, and Cooper Jones breaking some tackles, and he will get to about the 48-yard line. $18 yards on the return for Cooper Jones. And now, if you're Boise State, you got a very manageable drive coming up. So we'll see what they can do on the other end of this break. All right, welcome back, everybody. Boise State's got the football here in the second quarter. The first couple of drives, Penn State's offense really came out and just dominated those first 2 drives on offense. The last couple have just kind of not been it for Penn State. So if you're Boise State, if your offense can get going, then this is going to be an interesting ball game. Can Ashton Jeanty get going on the ground? I think that's one big thing that is that I think has to get started is Genty's got to be able to run the football. I think it starts with, can the offensive line get enough separation from that pass rush of Penn State? We'll see what will happen here in a moment as we're still waiting on the national broadcast to come back. Ooh, goodness. Nearly lost my plate of food. Luckily, I caught it, so I was lucky there. Very good stuff right there. But definitely a very interesting ball game here so far. Like I said, started out it was all Penn State. Now we're sitting here 14-0, and Boise State has a little bit of a chance. They got to score something here. They need to get some points right here, right now. Ashton Genty tonight, 8 carries, 20 yards. So 13 minutes ago before halftime. So, of course, at halftime, we'll show our Christmas special for halftime. So stick around for that. Here is Genty. Going to get the carry and a nice run right there. And I think that's that's like the second good carry Ashton Genty's had tonight. Definitely something he's needing just to gain some confidence here in this ball game. 2nd and 4 for Boise State. They're on Penn State side of the field. Madsen looking to throw, going to throw it back to Genty. First down and a lot more. He's got some space to run, and he's down past the 35. Nice run right there by Genty. And now Boise State's offense is coming to life a little bit. And Genty, his ability to catch the ball, I think you got to do that to gain some confidence, I think. 11 touches, 49 yards for Genty. Here we go. From the 28, here's the carry to Genty. Genty will get about 5 yards right there. And not anything more. 2nd down for the Broncos. And so now, sets up a 2nd down, very manageable. And I like this drive from Boise State. 2nd and 4. Of course, I believe that if they was early in the game, they missed a field goal. So here we go. Here's Madsen handing it off to Genty. Genty breaking some tackles. He fumbled again. And it'll be recovered right there by Roger Carrion. Saves the day, and that's a second Genty fumble of the ball game. Lucky right there. Very, very lucky. Here we go, 3rd and 1 for Boise State. Madsen under center. Takes the snap. Here's the carry. First down, and I believe that is Dubar. That is the 2nd string back. Genty getting a break. So Penn State, one of the defensive players for Penn State, was in the tent. So here we go. Here's Madsen. Going to pitch it over to Dubar. He'll be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And a great stop right there. 2nd down for Boise State. There's just not much. I mean, if you're Dubar, there's not much you can do when you're going up a very athletic linebacker right there. Great job by Penn State. So here we go. 2nd and 14 for the Broncos. Madsen all alone in the backfield. Here's Madsen looking to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, who breaks away. And that is Matt Lauder getting a 3rd down and about a yard after gain right there. Great job by Lauder. Now we will see if they can get these 2 yards right here. Definitely need it. So here we go. 2 men behind Madsen. Ginty being one of them. Ginty goes out in motion. It's going to be a fullback carry, and that's going to be a touchdown. And that right there is your fullback. That is Tyler Crow. 8 yards, touchdown, Boise State. They needed that. They desperately needed to get something positive going, and they finally got it. 8 plays, 52 yards, 4.5 minutes. Extra point is up, and it is good. Boise State is now only down 7 points, and if you are Boise State, you needed that. Great job by Tyler Crow running it into the end zone for the score. Boise State back in the ball game. We will see you on the other end of this commercial break. All right, everybody. Welcome back. Excuse me. If you're watching on YouTube, we are at 98 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would help us out a lot to get to our goal of 100 subscribers by the end of the year, which is here in a few hours. So really hoping we can hit that goal. We set it last New Year's Eve special, so it'd be great if we can hit it. As you can see, we are under 4.5 hours to the new year. It's very exciting. So excited to be able to come here tonight and broadcast for you. So I'll pull up the clock in a minute. I'm just gonna let you look at that subscriber count. Hopefully we get to 100 within this stream, because here we're going to the end of the year, which is here in a few hours. So yeah, might as well keep the subscriber count up for a little bit. So of course, looking at the bracket they're showing right now, this may not even be. I mean, this is looking more like a game here in the second quarter. Boise State's really making this a ball game. So here is the kickoff. That one will go into the end zone. It'll be Penn State ball. There we go. And that last drive, I mean, if you're a Boise State fan, that definitely was a nice drive right there. But we'll see if that helps anything. Here we go. Here's Drew Aller taking the snap, hands it off to his running back. There's just not much doing right there if you are Katron Allen. After that first quarter of Katron Allen going nuts against this Boise State defense, they've shut him down a little bit. Here's another carry for Katron Allen. He's going down behind the line of scrimmage. Third down now, and Boise State's defense is coming alive a little bit. 8 minutes to go in the first half. And Boise State, they got a little bit of life here. So here we go. And an injury timeout right here. It's a Boise State player who is down at the moment. So, quite okay. So, national broadcast. Going to a commercial break. We'll stay here. So, so far, if you're Penn State, you got a 3rd and 9. You got to get this. You really have got to get this. If you don't, and if Boise State gets the ball and goes down and scores on you, the whole momentum wise, Boise State's gonna have a lot of momentum. Where if you're Penn State, you are struggling right now. This is a moment where you're struggling a little bit. So definitely, you want to start trying to get down the field a little bit. That's something. You got to get this. You got to convert the third down right now. You definitely have got to do that. So we're gonna wait and see, but definitely very interesting. So yeah, I was looking on my phone for a second, just looking at all the analytics and stuff. So honestly, it's been a great month of December. I've really, quite frankly, I've been posting more here in December. Honestly, I'd have to go back and look, but this probably has been the most I've posted in a month. Probably ever. Of course, I don't know if that's completely I don't know if that is completely accurate. I mean, somebody can go back and look on my channel and see, but I would think this is probably my best months as far as posting. So, of course, we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, as far as this game, Penn State's definitely got to convert the third down. There's no question. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Third down, 8 yards to go for Penn State. Aller and the Nittany Lions. Here's Aller looking. He's going to step up in the pocket and throw way over the hands of his receiver. And now they got a flag. And it looks like that's going to be on Boise State. And so it's a holding on Boise State. First down for Penn State. And let's see what this is all about. Tyler Warren was going one-on-one. And it's a little bit of a hold. I mean, yeah, I understand the call now. Yeah, that makes sense. So here we go. 7.5 to go. Here's Aller and another flag. Let's see what this flag is all about. Busy night for the referees so far. False start going against Penn State. Still first down. Looks like it'll be 15 yards to have to get. First and 15 now for Penn State. Two running backs in the backfield. That's both Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. Singleton goes in motion. Katron Allen stays in the backfield with Aller. Singleton in motion again. It's a handoff to Katron Allen, who looks for the outside, and he's tripped up. What a good stop right there. And, I mean, if it wasn't for that Boise State defender, it looks like Tupiner, maybe his name. And he's lucky. He just grabbed the ankle of Katron Allen and brought him down. Had he not, that was a big run coming for Katron Allen. That's 8 carries for 64 yards for Allen. Two backs in the backfield, and now another flag. We'll see who this is on. False start on Penn State. Nolan Rookie. And the Boise State fans who are here or who are there at the Fiesta Bowl, which is part of the college football playoff quarterfinals, they are getting excited. 2nd and 15 now for Penn State. Aller takes the snap. Got pressure. He's going down. He's sacked. What a sack. And Boise State all of a sudden is coming alive in this ball game. Wow. And there's just nowhere to go with the football if you're Drew Aller. He goes down. And I believe Hassamin was the guy who got Aller. Wow. 27 yards is what the Nittany Lions have got to get. Here we go from the 20-yard line. Can they get the 27? Aller looking to throw. Not a lot of time. Got to just float it up there. Harrison Wallace the third with a catch. He is nowhere close. And Boise State's going to get the football back. And this second quarter has not been nearly as good to Penn State as what that first quarter was. They showed a graphic a minute ago. They had 144 yards in the first quarter. They've only got 10 right now in the second quarter. So, big difference between first and second quarters. Boise State, they looked shell-shocked at the beginning of the game. They look like they've settled in, and now they're really starting to play some interesting football here. Here's the punt from Thompson, and that one's a bad punt. And that'll roll out of bounds. And just a bad punt. Boise State's got great field position. So let's see what Ashton Jeanty can do on this drive. Will he actually get a chance to break one free? They're showing some clips of him right now, and that Penn State defense has really shut him down. You got to give credit to Boise State, though. First quarter they struggled with trying to figure out where do they go with the ball other than Ashton Jeanty. Second quarter, I think they've done a lot better job of trying to go away from Jeanty a little bit, trying to move up the field a little bit. For the 39, here's Madsen looking to throw. He's got his man, and that is incomplete. Just a little bit of a wild pass. He was looking for his receiver, Austin Bolt. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Boise State. Of course, tomorrow, 3 more playoff games. You got Texas and Arizona State. You got Oregon and Ohio State. We'll have that game, which is the Rose Bowl. And then Notre Dame and Georgia in prime time. So, great slate of games coming up tomorrow afternoon. Here we go. 2nd and 10 for Boise State. Madsen takes the snap, hands it to Genty. Genty will get about a yard, and that is all he's getting right there. Now 3rd down. 3rd down for the Broncos. Genty, 2 fumbles tonight. He lost 1. For the season, he only had 2 fumbles entering tonight. So he's got 4 total on the season. That's crazy to think about. 3rd and 8 for the Broncos. This year, Genty was the Heisman runner-up. From the 41. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Boise State. Man in motion. Madsen takes the snap. Looking to throw. Going to pitch it up top and nearly caught. He was looking for Austin Bolt, and that is incomplete. 4th and 8, and Boise State will have to punt. And again, you just got to give credit to that Penn State defense because they are really making life really difficult, no matter if it's Genty trying to run the ball or for these receivers trying to catch the ball. That one was maybe just a hair too far ahead of Austin Bolt, that throw by Madsen, but hey, incomplete, and Penn State's going to get the ball back, as that is a little bit more of a line drive punt, which was fair caught. So, Penn State football. 14-7, Penn State with the lead. They've not played a good second quarter at all. I mean, it's been a bad second quarter. But you got 4:18. I would think you're going to try to have the ball for the remainder of this half, I would think. But here we go. Here's a carry. Katron Allen breaks the tackle, and that's about 8 or 9 yards on the carry. Great job right there by Katron Allen. And now we got an injury. 2nd and 2, but we got an injury. Hassanin. He had the big sack a while ago. Now he's down with, look like maybe right leg injury. He's going to walk it off. Maybe just a little bit, not too bad, but maybe just a little bit of a limp right there for Hassanin. So interesting right there. So there's our subscriber count. Going to keep that up for a little bit. Got about 4 hours until the new year, folks. So here we go. 2nd and 2. And for a moment, Tyler Warren lined up under center. Here's Aller. Takes the snap, hands it off to Nick Singleton, or Katron Allen, who breaks a tackle, and he's running down the sideline, flag on the play, but he's running. No one's going to stop him down about the 20-yard line. But we'll have to wait and see what the flag was all about. Great run, though, if you're Katron Allen. And a holding on that offensive line of Penn State. That was such a nice run for Katron Allen that just gets called back. If you're Allen, you just got to feel really bad about that. Just really mad because you had a nice run. So here we go, 14-7 Penn State. Now, a little bit longer, a little bit farther to have to go. Aller sends a couple men in motion. 2nd and 8. Here is Aller going to throw it. That's going to be his tight end. And that is a nice play right there. That's Luke Reynolds with the catch. First down for Penn State. So 3 minutes to go before halftime. Penn State with the lead. They got the ball. And I mean, right now, if I'm James Franklin, I'm just content to have the ball for the remainder of this half. I'm just keeping the football and waiting to see what happens. But here we go. Aller takes the snap, hands it off to Nick Singleton. First down, Penn State. And a flag on the play. Been a busy half for these refs, that's for sure. So we await what the ref's going to call. Face mask on the offense. And another self-deprecating play right there. And again, it's number 77, Sal Wormley. He's had the 2 big penalties so far on this drive for Penn State. .243 to go. Penn State 14-7. 1st and 20 for Penn State. Here we go. Here's the snap. Aller gonna throw it deep. And that's nearly intercepted. Benefield with the coverage. Penn State looking for a pass interference. And I mean, that one actually, I think, legitimately should have been called. Benefield got pushed in the back. Wow. Offensive pass interference was not called. That should have been. Aller all alone in the backfield. Going to throw. That'll be caught. Tyler Warren on the 2nd and 20. And he picks up, looks like 16, 17 yards right there. 3rd down for Penn State. And so that is going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. Of course, if you don't already know this, it's a new part of college football is that you have a 2-minute timeout but near the end of the 2nd quarter and near the end of the 4th quarter. So, yeah, you got that. All right, let's take a break with them, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. So, we are at the 2-minute timeout. Like I said before, coming up at halftime, we're going to replay our 2024 Saber Broadcast Network Christmas special. So, if you were not able to watch that when it came out, or if you just haven't seen it, you got the chance at halftime, and then you can always go back and watch it again. So, of course, um, you know, we hope that you enjoy that at halftime. It's about 15 minutes long, so that should take the entirety of halftime for tonight. And so, very exciting. So we got some big things coming up after the game. Of course, we're gonna lean into our New Year's Eve coverage. Um, like I said before, we're at 98 subscribers, so trying to get to 100 subscribers. That's big. That's a goal we set out last year. So, um, right now, since we're almost at halftime, oh, you know what I forgot? I'll do it in the third quarter, but we have a trivia question. Trivia question. So we'll do that a little bit later. About third quarter, we'll do the trivia question. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so because we are trying to get to 100 subscribers, and we'd really love it if you would subscribe. So here we go. Aller takes the snap, hands it off to Nick Singleton. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage, fourth down. And we will see. It's Hassanin who's back out there for the Boise State Broncos. And so just not a lot doing for Penn State in this quarter. They've had just been a rough quarter for Penn State. Boise State, Penn State still holds the lead. If this game continues the trend it has for at least this quarter, it's going to be Penn State's defense. It's going to be the reason why they won this game. But of course, we're still a long way from the end of this ball game. So Boise State took a timeout, saving some time. So, of course, right now, the national broadcasters are on screen just giving their thoughts on the game so far. So, here we go. Penn State on the punt. 4th and 6. And so here is the punt. That'll be sent away. It's going to be Boise State football as that one will roll into the end zone. And so Boise State will have great starting field position. Minute 45 to go before halftime. So we'll see what Boise State can do. They're down 14-7. Definitely would like to get something on the board here if you're the Broncos. Ginty tonight, 12 carries, 37 yards. That's a 3.1 yard average here tonight. It's just not good enough. But, there's just not been a lot of room for Ginty to really run. So, here we go. From the 20-yard line, Madsen takes the snap. Here's the handoff to Ginty. And again, just not a lot doing. Great job by the Penn State defense stopping Ginty. Second down for the Broncos. 2nd and 8 for Boise State. Here's Madsen looking to throw, and now the play's called dead. It's a false start on Boise State. The only thing I don't understand is why they waited so long. And an false start on Prince Strachan for Boise State. So here we go. 2nd and 12 for Boise State. James Franklin, of course, declining a 10-second runoff. He thinks his defense can make a stop and his offense could get out there. Here is Madsen looking to throw, rolling around. He's going to run and pick up about 7 yards right there. Great run right there by Madsen. So now, here we go. 3rd down for the Boise State Broncos. 3rd and 8. Madsen sending a man in motion. Ginty to the right of Maddox Madsen. Sends a man in motion. Here's Madsen looking to throw. Going to throw it. That's to his tight end, who's just short. That right there is Matt Lauder. And so Penn State will call a timeout as they look to get the ball back here before halftime. So they're going to add 2 seconds to the clock, 4th and 1. Looks like Boise State will most likely punt this away. So we'll see what Penn State could do on this upcoming drive. Boise State, though, that penalty just cost them this drive. You saw that. Penalties have really been – there's been a lot of penalties in this ball game so far. Really, that's what has been hurting both of these teams is the penalties. So, Abdul Carter, he left the game a little while ago. He's been working on his arm. So, we'll see if he can get back out there on defense. But it looks like Boise State, they're going to go for this. Max Madsen lined under center. They're trying to get Penn State to jump offside here. Would they consider snapping the ball and letting Ginty jump over? And a good job by Penn State to just sit there, and it looks like Boise State calls a timeout. So, great job right there for Penn State's defense to sit there, just be disciplined. Don't jump. Just know that they're trying to get you to jump offside, and they did a good job. So, Penn State, you got to be, they started out really good, and then just these last, the last couple of drives just not been it for Penn State. So we'll see. Got about a minute left if you're Penn State to go down and potentially score. So, of course, yards in each quarter been a little bit more even here in the second quarter. So we'll see what Penn State can do. Referee talking with James Franklin right now. So 4th and 1, and most likely a punt coming as they continue to wait and see what is going on the field. Referees, of course, going to both coaches and talking. Not sure what that's all about, but of course, winner of this game would play winner of Notre Dame and Georgia tomorrow night. So we'll see. But here is the punter for Boise State. He will be out to punt this ball away. And flag on the play, but I think this is going to be blown dead. And a false start on Boise State. So that'll be 5. They'll back them up for 5 yards. Goodness. So 4th and 6 now for Boise State. Ferguson Reynolds to punt. And there's the punt. Be Penn State football. And fair catch by Tracy. So 1 minute to go. 1st and 10 for Penn State. So here we go. Aller got Nick Singleton to his right. Aller talking to the referee. He's been talking to the refs a lot tonight. Here's Aller, takes the snap, looking to throw, going to throw out to Tyler Warren. He'll get out of bounds. So, under a minute to go. Nice way to get out of bounds if you're Tyler Warren. Definitely something you had to do here. So now 56 seconds to go. Penn State, of course, leads by 7. Tyler Warren tonight, 4 receptions, 45 yards, a touchdown. Here's Aller taking the snap, looking to throw. And got his man. What a catch. Staying in bounds. Omari Evans. That takes only 7 seconds off the clock. And now Penn State in scoring position once again. Aller coming back after getting the play call, going back to his teammates in the huddle. Here we go. Aller stepping up. He was going down. He will be sacked right there. And now Penn State takes a timeout right there. So a good stop. I mean, that's a big stop if you're Boise State. You had to get a stop somehow. And they got one. So Aller tried to step up in the pocket, just nowhere to go. And so he is sacked. That is a big stop. And now 2nd and 12, as that is a timeout that Penn State had to blow. I don't think if you're Penn State, you didn't want to have to blow that timeout. But hey, now we'll see what they can do. Their kicker's a redshirt freshman, so don't know if you want to rely on him to kick a bit like a long field goal. So you definitely got to try and get something a little bit more comfortable for your kicker. Here we go. Drew Aller looking, throwing deep. Got a man. It's Omari Evans, and he dropped the ball. Nearly had it. 3rd and 12. Nearly had it. Wow. And just a good way for that defender to break the ball up at the last second. That's Banks for Boise State. Here we go. 3rd and 12. 37 seconds to go. Man in motion. Here's Aller. And Savage in play. And Boise State takes the timeout. So they're out of timeouts. 1 timeout left for Penn State. And so we'll see 37 seconds to go here before halftime. Of course, they keep mentioning it on the national broadcast, but it's worth mentioning. Winner will play on Thursday, January 9th at 6:30 Central Time. And that'll be against the winner of the Notre Dame-Georgia Sugar Bowl game. That'll be at the Capital One Orange Bowl. So that should be an interesting ball game whatever happens. So Aller tonight, 10 of 14, 144, and 2 touchdowns through the air. So here we go. Aller takes the snap. Looking, pressure. That's just thrown away in the vicinity of Tyler Warren. And 4th and 12. And now, if you're Penn State, do you go for it here, possibly try to get it, or do you punt, or do you try a very long field goal and just try to get some points? But it's a long field goal, and so we'll have to wait and see what their kicker can do. And offense will stay out on the field here. They got to get 12 yards. So here we go. Aller takes the snap. Looking, pressure, got a man, and flag on the field. Harrison Wallace, the third, was his intended receiver, but it looked like he was being held up. So now we'll see what the refs call, but this is most likely a holding. Pass interference on Devon Banks. And Banks just, as they're showing, he lost his balance and then he just held up Wallace. It's just not a good play, and you're just extending this drive for Penn State. So 1st and 10 for the Nittany Lions. Here's Drew Aller looking, floating to the end zone. Wallace nearly caught, but incomplete. 23 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 10. And just, in the hands of Harrison Wallace. Just couldn't come down with it. So, we'll see. 2nd and 10. Clock is ticking. Here's the snap to Drew Aller. Aller looking to the air and incomplete, looking for Tyler Warren. So 3rd and 10 now for Penn State. And if you're Aller right here, you have, tried to fit it in to Tyler Warren, just nothing there. So 3rd and 10, 19 seconds to go. We'll see what they decide to do here if they don't get this 3rd down. But Nick Singleton to the left, Drew Aller. You got 4 receivers out wide. Aller looking to throw. He's going to step in the pocket. He's going down. Nowhere to go. And now Penn State will most likely let this clock tick down and then take a field goal and go to the locker room. So 3 seconds to go, and the final timeout called by Penn State. So they're going to play for that final field goal, try to get 3 points on the board here before halftime. So, like I said before, got a trivia question coming up in the 3rd quarter, so you do not want to miss it. I think it's a pretty good trivia question. So if you're tuning in with us, hopefully you will find it as interesting. So, field goal attempt coming up for Penn State. James Franklin, I think this has been an okay half. I don't think it's going to be completely what he wanted. I don't think he's going to be completely happy. We'll see. This year, Ryan Barker, his long is 49 yards for Penn State. He's 13 for 16 on field goals this season. He's a left-footed kicker. This is a 40-yard kick. So here we go. Snap is good. There's a kick. It's up, and it's good. And they will add 3 to their lead here at the end of the half. So Penn State will get the ball to begin the second half, up 10 points. Wow. And Danielson is not happy, not completely sure. Looks like someone may have lined up offside or something. So that will be your score going into halftime, 17-7. So, folks, that was a interesting first half. I think definitely interesting in the fact that Boise State definitely battled back and made it a ball game. So let's go to our camera right here with the Christmas special. So here is your halftime show.
Hey everyone, my name is Sarah, and today I will be signing the Christmas song.
Hello, everyone, and this is my Christmas list of movies. So, without a doubt, this is the Christmas season, and we all have movies that we like to watch around this time to get into the Christmas spirit. So, I have gathered a list of 5 movies that I watch every year that I love to watch every year. So, without a doubt, let's begin with number 5, A Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, the reason why I love this movie so much is because it's a kid of Charlie Brown who, if you watch all the Peanuts shows and movies and everything, you know that Charlie Brown is normally picked on a little bit, and so I love the story of him being given the opportunity to direct Christmas play, but it doesn't go as planned, and then he feels down despair, and then it's Linus who has to remind him what the true meaning of Christmas is. It's a short 30-minute film. It is amazing, and you will not regret watching this. Now, I will say, trying to find it it would be it's kind of difficult because I think the only place streaming is Apple TV is where you can watch this, but it is if you can find it on Apple TV or if you can find DVD and watch it, watch it as on your DVD. This is a great movie, and I love how it it goes about reading the true Christmas story, how the birth of Jesus Christ, and it's a beautiful film. So, um, that is my number five because I love this film so much. Number four is Home Alone 2. Now, this is controversial because a lot of people they love the original Home Alone, but Home Alone 2 people are not as fond of. Here's my thing. I love Home Alone. Like I love the first one. It's a great film. But personally, I love this story of, oh, he actually has his ticket now and he gets to go and he has a chance to go with his family to Florida for the holidays. But then because he gets mixed up, he's looking through his dad's bag and he mistakes another guy who has the same kind of trench coat. He ends up going to New York. His family goes to Florida, and I love the story of how he goes around New York and he runs the same the bandit, which if you remember from the first one they were named the Wet Bandits, and I believe they renamed themselves the Sticky Bandits in New York. It is a hilarious film. I believe it's like literally right at 2 hours long. This is a great film for Christmas. Really gets you the Christmas spirit, and then it's really cool how they did his mom finds him at the big Christmas tree there in New York City. I can't remember. I think it's Rockefeller Center is what it is. Either way, beautiful scene there, and so it is a great film, and it really shows some of these people who you may not want to stop by and check, but like oh, there's this homeless lady in the film where Kevin goes up to her and she always has birds. Most people run away from this lady, but he does scream at first, but then he realizes the lady's really nice, and so it's a really cool film in that regard. So, um, definitely, I would recommend you watching Home Alone 2. Elf. Now, this one is one that it's a hilarious film. Will Ferrell. Oh my gosh, this is what at like his peak of his comedy. He is hilarious. Now, what happens is he is actually so he finds his dad in New York City, and what happened was I believe that his dad's girlfriend at the time had had Buddy, but they didn't. Something about they didn't want to race him or whatever. Either way, he ends up at the North Pole as an elf helping Santa, and he realizes whenever he gets to a certain age, he's not truly an elf, and there's something different about him. So he goes to New York looking for his dad and wants to get to know his dad. His dad tries to push him away, and and at the end, it's just beautiful how he reunites with his dad. His dad helps save the day, helps Santa, and it's an awesome film. So definitely recommend Elf. Number two, Christmas Vacation. Now I will say this: this is probably the most hilarious Christmas film. If you know Chevy Chase, you know he is hilarious, especially in the vacation films. This is a hilarious one. Um, Definitely, this is probably the one that has the, at least you probably want to find the clean version of this, but it is hilarious. Either way, it is one of those that you're just sitting there, and there are some scenes where you're probably shaking your head like, "Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous." It's I don't know how to explain it, but it's so stupid. It's hilarious and it's awesome to watch. You just have to watch it for yourself. It's a great film. Definitely recommend it. And I mean, I think it's like an hour and a half long. So you're pretty much sitting there laughing your head off the whole time. So um, definitely a recommend. And then finally, number one is It's a Wonderful Life. Now, if you remember, this is a film that it it does revolve around Christmas. It's probably the most non-Christmas Christmas movie out of these five per se. And the reason why I say that is because it deals with the life of George Bailey, and it's not gone as planned. Now, if you remember, I believe he was about to go off to college, and his father dies, so he has to stay back and the run the big family business, and then he gets married, and literally that day he gets married, there's a run on the bank, and then he has to go fix the issues, and so, and then here comes Christmas Eve. There's a check that his uncle is supposed supposed to deposit. Well, it doesn't get there because he leaves it, and then and it's a bad situation. So he George, knowing that there's gonna be a lot of fraud and everything, he's ready for his life to end. And so he goes to the bridge, contemplating jumping off, and he is he he stands there, and there's an angel that jumps in the water. So he jumps after the angel, saves him, and then the angel basically shows him, here's what life would be like without you. And so everything is much worse. And he realizes, hey, my life is pretty good. I don't need to throw this away. And so at the end, it's him and his wife and his kids standing in the house as everybody comes in, helping him pay off the rest of the money that was supposed to be owed, and they they find the true meaning of what real wealth is. And it's a great film. It is, and of course, that's on Christmas Eve that he, he goes through all the series stuff. So, folks, that was my top five Christmas list. So let me go back through this for you. Okay, number one, It's a Wonderful Life. Number two, Christmas Vacation. Number three, Elf. Number four, Home Alone 2. And number five, Charlie Brown Christmas. Can't go wrong with any of these films, folks. That is my top five. The Christmas story, as read from Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 14. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, every one into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was one of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you: ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men. This is the Christmas story from Luke chapter 2.
Hey y'all, I would just like to say Merry Christmas. I'm Ben Stroger from Budget Comics. You can check out my Facebook account, Ben Charlie, SCHRLER. Merry Christmas, y'all, and this is for the Sarah Broadcast Network's holiday special. Thank y'all, and God bless. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Peace out. This is Ben Stroger signing out. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We want to give a huge thank you to those who have supported us and who submit a video and supported this Christmas special. We thank them for all they did for this year's special. I do believe we just made the best Christmas special we have on the channel. So, folks, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year here at Sarah Broadcast Network. We'll see you later.
All right, welcome to the halftime show. As you can see here on the screen, beginning in March here on Saber Broadcast Network, because, springtime, at least here on the channel, we don't have a lot to talk about. Well, we're going to give you some UFL football. It's the spring league. And quite frankly, I've been very passionate about this league for years now, so I'm very happy to be bringing the UFL to Saber Broadcast Network as far as broadcasting the games. So, of course, second half's coming up. What I want to do right now is I'm going to pull up your trivia question, which will be answered somewhere in the third quarter. So here it is. Who is the winningest head coach in Boise State history? Now, this is an interesting question, I think, because I think Boise State for years has proven that they're a really good football program. And plus, the last game we did, we had a trivia question that had to do with Penn State and SMU. So we want to do something that was solely Boise State because this is the second straight Penn State game we're doing. So we wanted to do something that was solely Boise State. So if you have a guess, put it in the chat. So, of course, just so we can see what you think and if you know the answer to this, because trust me, it's an interesting answer. So, with that all being said, let's go to another commercial break, and then it will be time for the second half of Boise State and Penn State in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which is part of the College Football Playoffs quarterfinals. We will see you back in just a minute. All right, everybody. Welcome. It is about to get started with the third quarter. Of course, still looking at my subscriber count. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so if you want to. Of course, trying to get to 100 subscribers. I know I keep mentioning it a lot, but really want to hit that goal. So, please, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. So, of course, we got a few minutes. What did I think about that first half? Well, I'll say this. First quarter, it was all Penn State. Like, there's no doubt. It was all Penn State. Boise State just looked really bad. Second quarter, though, I think Boise State, in a way, looked better. Now, it's not just because they outscored Penn State. It was because Penn State's offense couldn't do anything in the second quarter. So I really do feel like Boise State, they controlled the second quarter, although it was kind of an evenly matched game in that second quarter. What I think is going to be big, Penn State's going to get the ball to begin the third quarter. If they come out and score quick, and if they get a stop and go down and score again, this game's over. But here's the thing. If Boise State can get a stop on this first drive of the third quarter of the second half, Boise State's in this ball game. That's the difference here. So we're about to get this next quarter underway. What has been an interesting matchup so far. Verbo Fiesta Bowl, folks. Third quarter, about to kick off. 17-7, Penn State. So, this is going to be a whole lot of fun. Second half. Of course, we do want to mention to stick around after the game because we're going to have we're going to go all the way up until midnight with coverage of New Year's Eve. So, do stick around for that. So 17-7. So here we go. Of course, national broadcasters giving their thoughts on the first half. So really, here's the thing. Rush yards tonight. Boise State only got 48. Penn State 77. Pass yards, Penn State 144. Boise State 99. As far as rushing yards, that is the fewest that Boise State had all year with 48 in a half. Of course, penalties. Penn State had 4 for 35, and Boise State had 5 for 40. So here we go. Penn State's going to get the football to begin the second half. And that will go to the back of the end zone. And of course, I'll just go to the back of the end zone. So start at the 20-yard line. Of course, right now they're getting the report from the sideline. So, all right, 15 minutes for the third quarter set. So here we go. Drew Aller's got Nick Singleton to his right. Sends a man in motion. Here is Drew Aller looking to throw, and he was looking for his tight end, Tyler Warren. That's incomplete. Great defense right there by Boise State. So 2nd and 10 now for the Nittany Lions. And just a little bit out, like too far ahead of Tyler Warren. Just not really enough right there. It's incomplete. Here we go. 2 men in the backfield, 1 man in motion for Drew Aller. Here's the handoff to Nick Singleton, and that's a few yards right there. Not a whole lot. It's going to be third down. So here we go. Like I said before the third quarter began, that is, if Boise State gets a stop here, and if Boise State can go down and score, this is a ball game. Drew Aller tonight started 10 of 13 for 143 and 2 touchdowns. Since then, 0 of 5. So definitely needs to pick it up a little bit. Third downs tonight. They're 1 of 6. Here's Aller. Pressure. That's out of the hands of Tyler Warren. Warren nearly had that. He dropped it. 4th and 6. And Boise State will get the ball. And right there, this is just on Tyler Warren. He has it in his hands, and he just can't come down with it. You got to catch that ball. You got to catch it. So Riley Thompson on to punt. Cooper Jones back to return. And that one's away. Be Boise State football. And that one is fair caught at the 16-yard line. So now we're going to see, can Ashton Jeanty get going here in the second half? There was not much going for him in the first half. So now that the second half is beginning, let's see what he can do. So here we go. 17-7, Penn State with the lead. At the 17-yard line, Maddox Madsen, quarterback. And now we got a flag. And a penalty on Boise State. And really, I think most people, when they look at these numbers so far for Ashton Jeanty, that was the question. Would he still be effective against a team like Penn State? So far, not so much. So Madsen's going to take off and run with himself. He'll get a few yards right there, but not too much more after that. So, second down for the Boise State Broncos. 2nd and 12. And so here we go. Madsen takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Going to roll to his right. Now looking down the field. That'll be caught right there. Cam Camper. I believe that's the first catch he's had all night. It's a good bit. That's a good catch right there. They needed it right there. Madsen finds him. And that is a first down for Boise State. And so here we go. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Jeanty to the right of Madsen. Here's the handoff. Jeanty's going to try to run with it. And he'll get a few yards right there. But again, just not much on the ground here tonight. So that'll be 2nd down for Boise State. 7 yards is how much they got to get. Clock moving a little bit. Still got a lot of time left. I mean, they got plenty of time to score 10 points here. Tie the ball game. So here we go. Madsen. He's got Jeanty to his right. And an offensive lineman moved. It's going to be a false start. And it's these kind of penalties that are going to kill you in big games like this. And Boise State's feeling it. Of course, Abdul Carter, star defensive player for Penn State, remains on the sideline. He's the number 2 overall prospect in the 2025 draft, according to Mel Kiper Jr. So, of course, that's something else we plan to give you some coverage is the draft. But, of course, here's Madsen looking, throwing. That'll be caught. Wide open is Latrell Caples. First down, Boise State. So, and I mean, right now, Penn State very focused on Ashton Jeanty But they're forgetting there's some really capable receivers on the outside here for Maddox Madsen, and they leave Caples wide open. So here we go. Under center's Madsen. He's got Ginty behind him. Here's Madsen. Fakes the handoff. Rolling to his right. Now throwing back. He's got his tight end wide open. He's going to roll down the sideline. Touchdown, Boise State. And like that, we got a ball game. Matt Louder, 53 yards. What you saw here was a classic play action pass. He rolls to his right. And Louder wide open. No one tried to get him. Leave Louder wide open. Boise State is in this ball game. Wow. Just wow. Extra point is up and good. And like that, everybody, it is a ball game. 17-14. Madsen puts this ball right where Louder needed it. And Louder gets a touchdown. Wow. That is a big play. We will be back in a moment. All right, everybody. So, if you're wondering about the trivia question, one hint I can give you, we'll announce it near the end of the third quarter, but one hint I can give you about it is this guy, he did get a job after Boise State. He would be at that job for a few years, and now he currently is, he retired from coaching. So, if I go any further, it may give it away of who is the winningest head coach in Boise State history. So, if you know the answer, put it in the chat, and we will mention if you were right about it or not. So, of course, we will get to that in a moment. So, here we go. Game is coming back from commercial break. But man, Boise State, that was a big touchdown. As this ball will go to the back of the end zone. And so Penn State will begin from the 20-yard line. But this game, it looked like at the beginning of it that Penn State was going to run away with this. Boise State's made this a ball game. Boise State has truly made this into an interesting ball game. But of course, Maddox Madsen on that last play, finding his tight end, great play. So here we go. Here is a handoff to Katron Allen, who's going to try to get the outside, and he gets about 9 yards right there. Nearly a first down. They have inches to get. And so here is Drew Aller. Looking deep, got a man, and nearly intercepted. There's no doubt that Drew Aller's got a big arm. But when it comes to these deep passes, he is not very accurate. Not very accurate at all. Defensive back nearly had a chance to intercept that ball. So 3rd and 1 now for Penn State. They're 1 of 7 to 9 on 3rd downs. Here is Katron Allen, who's going to get the outside. He's got one man to beat, and he beats him, but he runs out of bounds. He can't keep himself in bounds. That's a nice run right there by Katron Allen. And really, if he just had maybe another burst of speed, just a little bit more speed and get past that defensive back, he would have been in the end zone. And Herbert Gomes, nose tackle for Boise State, he's down. He's a senior from Diebel, Texas. So, National Broadcast is going to a commercial break. We're going to take it with them. We'll be right back in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is the Fiesta Bowl live here on Saber Broadcast Network as part of the New Year's Eve special for the 2024 as we go into 2025. Of course, announced a while ago, we're going to be doing some UFL football. Of course, also mentioned that we plan to do some NFL draft coverage. As far as we'll definitely do day 1. As far as day 2, that will be we'll decide on that later. But of course, got some exciting stuff coming up in the spring time after the playoffs are over. So do want to keep an eye out on that. Possibly do some NFL playoffs. We'll see. We'll see what we decide to do on that. But definitely interesting for sure. So here we go. It's still Penn State football after the injury timeout. So here we go. Drew Aller. He's got his running back, Nick Singleton, behind him. Aller takes the snap, hands it off to Nick Singleton, and he's got maybe 2 yards, and that is it for Singleton. So this Penn State team, Katron Allen has definitely been the better back here tonight. Here's a run for Nick Singleton, and he gets to the outside, and he gets a first down. But see, this was always going to be the interesting matchup is the running backs. How would they do tonight? You got the 2 from Penn State. You got Genty from Boise State. Genty has just not had anywhere to go. You got to give credit to the Penn State defense for stuffing him. But what's been interesting is the plays made through the air by both teams. That's been interesting. So here we go. Aller sends a man in motion. Aller looking to throw. Got some pressure. He's going down. And a blitz gets to Aller. And good job by that Boise State defense. And man, they are making life very tough on Drew Aller here tonight. Like I said before, first quarter, Penn State, it looked like they were going to run away with this. Boise State's defense settled in, and now this is an incredible job. They've got 54 sacks this season, so they're definitely one of the best blitzing teams getting to the quarterback. Here's Aller, pressure again, gets it to Tyler Warren, and that is all. Where he got the ball is where he will stay. Third down for Penn State. This is, again, I think, Tyler Warren, I think he's done a good job, but where's the other receivers? Harrison Wallace, where's he at? Where's Omari Thomas? Both of them have combined for maybe like 4 catches all night. You got to have them help you out a little bit more. So here we go. 3rd and 14 for Penn State. That's Omari Thomas in motion. Aller's got his running back to his left. Aller looking. Pressure. Stepping up in the pocket. He's going to run. He's going to get the first down. He dove and made it. And now flag. And so most likely a holding against Boise State is what the call is going to be. So we'll see. Still waiting for the call. So defensive holding, I believe it's Benefield who's been in coverage with Tyler Warren all night long, you know, trying to lock him down. So here we go. 1st and 10. That's 8 penalties for 60 yards for Boise State. No penalties so far in the second half for Penn State. From the 12-yard line. And another penalty. So we'll see what this is going to be. Lots of penalties here tonight. Lots of them. And that's going to be one of the offensive linemen for Penn State. So it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Nittany Lions now. Drew Aller will be in the backfield at quarterback. He's got his running back to his left. Warren in motion. Here is the handoff, and that is Katron Allen. He'll get a few yards, and that'll be it for him. 2nd down for Penn State. So we are nearly halfway through the 3rd quarter, and, you know, Boise State got the touchdown. Penn State, you know, they're fine with running a little bit of time. They definitely need to score here. With the momentum that Boise State offense has gotten on these past few drives, I feel like Penn State needs to score here. And I mean, they need a touch. I think a touchdown does more for them than anything else. Here's Aller dancing around. He's got a little bit of time. Now he's got to figure out what he's going to do with it. Now he throws it. Incomplete. He throws it away. 3rd and 11 now. So now, what will Penn State do? And the thing you wonder, because right now it's 17-14. It's a close ball game. Does that missed field goal that Boise State had at the beginning of the game, that's definitely hurting you right now if you're Boise State. Keep that in mind. So here we go. There's a man in motion. Aller got his running back to his right. Aller takes the snap. Looking, pressure coming. Aller in the end zone. Tyler Warren, touchdown. And just when you needed it, Tyler Warren in the end zone, 13 yards. And Penn State will go back up 10 points. What a catch. And when you think about Penn State in the Big Ten in general, especially like Penn State and Iowa, both teams are known for having great tight ends. And what do you know? You got one here that will be playing on Sundays. And man, what a grab. What a grab. That is a tough catch, especially because you have a hand right in your face. Just incredible. And Eller, that's his top receiver, which is a tight end. He's like, I'm going to you, man. I got you. Tyler Warren, six receptions tonight. He's got 98 on the season. That is a Penn State single season record. That's incredible. That is incredible. So now, extra point away from being back up 10 points. And like I said before, they needed a touchdown, and they just went and got it. As that is straight down the middle. 24-14. And Tyler Warren. What a catch. What a score. Penn State back up by 10. Wow. Just wow. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead since we can. You see right here, you have your trivia question. Who is the winningest head coach in Boise State history? And I'm just eager to give you the answer, to be completely honest with you. So, the answer to our trivia question tonight, Chris Peterson, 92-12 in 8 seasons at Boise State. If I'm correct, I believe he coached the year that, like 2007, when Boise State beat Oklahoma here in the Fiesta Bowl. So that's an interesting note. So, of course, Boise State has been a winning program for a long time. That's all I will say. All right. Let's go to another commercial break, and we will see you on the other side. right, there's the kick, and it will be Boise State football. So, very interesting ball game here so far as Boise State's got the ball. And let's see what Boise State can do. Can they come back and score? We'll see. But Penn State, they came down and scored. Tyler Warren with the catch for the touchdown. Needed it. So here we go. Maddox Madsen. Ginty behind him. Here's a snap. Here's a pitch to Ginty. Trying to get the outside. Just nothing doing for Ginty. It has been a rough game for Ashton Ginty. Great job by that Penn State defense. 2nd and 10 for Boise State. Tonight, Ginty only 42 yards on the ground. Yeah, folks, I hate to say it, but I don't think he's going to get that Barry Sanders record. I don't think he will. Here we go. Here is Madsen throwing it out wide for his receiver. And that'll get a few yards. That's Cam Camper. And so that'll be 3rd down. So Penn State's okay. Ashton Ginty this season, he's had 13 games with 125 plus rush yards. FBS record. Only one time this season has Penn State allowed a guy to run for more than 100 yards. That just is incredible. Here we go. Here's Madsen taking the snap, looking to throw, going to throw it. That's Camper. No, that's Caples, Latrell Caples. I'm sorry about that. 7 yards for the first down, and that's a great catch. I don't think he was ready for the ball. And here's Madsen giving it to Ginty. He'll get a few yards right there. Not a whole lot more. But, of course, we'll see what he can do throughout the rest of the night. 5.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5. So Ginty, of course, not been his best game, but he's definitely trying. 5:10 to go. Here's Madsen looking to throw. Going to throw it. That's his tight end. That's his receiver, I mean. And that is Ben Ford. First time calling his name here today. And another Boise State first down. So, although the run game's not going for Boise State, they're getting the receivers involved. So Boise State, I mean, they're keeping this close. 24-14. They're keeping it interesting. That's for sure. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff to Ginty, who will get maybe at most 4 yards, and that's it. And so Penn State's defense doing a great job right there. Tonight, Madsen, first half, he was 8 of 12 for 99 yards. Second half, he has not missed. He's 6 of 6 for 112 and a touchdown. So we'll see what they do here on 2nd and 7. Just haven't been a lot for Ginty. They're going to try to go to him. I know it, but we'll see. Here's another carry for Ginty. Bouncing off of a tackle and at most 2 yards right there. 3rd down for the Broncos. So, clock continues to move. Boise State has not led in this game. Penn State has had the lead all night. Tonight, Boise State, 3 of 8 on 3rd down. So here we go. Madsen takes the snap. Looking to throw. Going to get his receiver. First down. Prince Strachan. And that is a great pass. And Madsen just does a great job of getting the ball to his receiver. That's another first down. That's an 8-play drive, 40 yards. So here we go. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Boise State taking time. They need to get the snap off. Here's Madsen looking, going to throw it. And that's going to be a few yards right there. And that is Austin Bolt. So it'll be second down for Boise State. And so they're just taking their time, moving up the field, doing a great job. I mean, they're wearing out this defense. This defense, and as I said before, the defense was so worried about Ashton Jeanty, it's like they forgot that the passing game exists. So here we go. Here's Madsen. Hands it off to Jeanty. Jeanty first down. And that's one of the best runs he's had tonight. And great job right there by Ashton Jeanty. And that's a jump cut he made at the line of scrimmage. He would have been down if he didn't do the jump cut. Just incredible. Nice run right there for about 8 yards, I would say. Something like that. But definitely interesting. That's 19 carries, 58 yards for Ashton Jeanty. Here we go. Here's another carry for Jeanty. He will get about a yard, and that'll be it. Second down for the Broncos. So, you really need a touchdown if you're Boise State. You're going under a minute now in the third quarter, and how this game has been playing, any score you can get, you need if you're Boise State. Jeanty coming off the field. Definitely not the night he's wanted, but his team has found a way to stay in this ball game, although he struggled. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Madsen takes the snap. Looking, throwing, complete. That's stretching. He's in the end zone. There is a flag. So let's wait and see. And it's a penalty on the offense. A personal foul, and that will erase the touchdown. Man, if you're Boise State, you needed that. That's on the offensive line. Again, just a... But yeah, this is just... Wow. Can't have that. You can't have personal fouls like that. Here we go, 2nd and 24. Madsen all alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. Going to pitch it out wide to Jeanty. Jeanty's going back behind the line of scrimmage. And that is a great job by that Penn State defense, and that's probably the last play of the third quarter. Wow. So, folks, that is it for the third quarter. We got 1 quarter left in the Fiesta Bowl. What a game this has been so far. And, folks, we will see you on the other side to begin the fourth quarter. All right, everybody. So while we are at break, if you like, I mean, I know I've been saying this a bunch, but if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us out a lot. If you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers before midnight tonight. We need 2 more. So please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Help us out. Help us be able to get more content out to more people, because the more you subscribe, the better chance that our videos can get through the algorithm. So please help us out in that sense. So with that being said, let's take another commercial break and we will see you on the other side. All right, here we go. 4th quarter beginning. 3rd and 25. Here's Madsen lobbing it up, and that one it's picked off. It's picked off. That was a big play. There's a flag, but that was big. The first interception thrown by Madsen today. We'll see. So now Penn State will have the ball. Just a great drive by Boise State that ends in an interception. That's just a sad way for that drive to end. And just not the way you wanted that drive to end. You needed a score, and you didn't get it. All right, so 14:48 to go. Penn State football. National broadcast is going to break. So let's just talk about this for a minute. Because if you're Penn State, I think what you got to do, get the ball to Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. Run as much of this clock as you can. You're up 10 points. Try to run the clock, and then, go score. But main focus, run the clock as much as you can. So we'll see what they end up doing. It's going to be interesting coming down the stretch. This ball game, it's a 10-point ball game. So it's close. So we'll see. Let's go to commercial. All right, everybody, welcome back. National broadcast still at break. 24-14 Penn State with the lead. They got the ball here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Like I said before, Penn State, they just need to hold on to the football and go down and score. Simple. Very, very simple. So we'll see. We will definitely end up seeing. So they're okay. Now they're showing the unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, man. Genty got laid out. Wow. So here we go. Can Boise State's defense get a stop? Here is the handoff. Fakes the handoff. That's Drew Aller. And he'll get a few yards right there. Be second down. Clock moving. And Penn State content to just let this clock roll a little bit. 14 and a half to go in this fourth quarter. 24-14, as I said before. You can see that on the screen because of the scoreboard. 2nd and 4. Aller takes the snap. And he'll have to take off with it himself, and he'll get about 3 yards. That'll be it for Aller. So now 3rd down. We'll see what they decide to do. Like I said before, they're content to let this clock run as much as possible. 3rd and 1. Big play right here. Aller fakes the handoff. Now throwing. Incomplete. I don't know where Aller was trying to throw that ball to. And so Boise State gets the 3 and out they needed. And Aller, I don't understand where he's trying to go. That was just weird. Riley Thompson on to punt. Cooper Jones back to receive. And so here we go. It'll be Boise State football. Can they go and make something happen? 41-yard punt. Boise State needs to score here. They got to have it. You got to have it. If you're Penn State, you got to get a stop. Either way, we'll see you on the other side of the commercial. All right, everybody, welcome back. So Boise State going to have the football, down 10 points. You got about 13 minutes to go. I mean, there's still some time. You can score 10 points in 13 minutes. Well, let's just wait and see, though. So definitely interesting. So far, in the comments, let me know what have you thought about this game, because this has been interesting. Boise State, I think, has made it it's been a competitive ball game. I don't think I mean, personally speaking, I didn't think it was going to be as close as it is. So, definitely interesting. So, here we go. Boise State's got the football with a chance to go down and score. Of course, last drive, Madsen threw the interception. Here we go. Fakes the handoff. Madsen pressured. And he just has to throw that away. 2nd and 10 now for Boise State. And you can see Madsen a little rattled now. He's got to calm down, get control of his emotions. 13 and a half to go in the 4th quarter. So there's more time than what I thought there was. Now they drop a flag. Intentional grounding. Oh my goodness. What a late call. What a late call. They waited so long before calling that. I mean, I understand, but are you kidding me? So here we go. Penn State's going to bring the pass rush. Madsen looking to throw. That one's out of the hands of his tight end. That's Louder. 3rd and 21 now for Boise State. And right here, you definitely, I mean, this is, I think at this point in the game, this is 4-down territory. You got to get at least, I would say, you got to get 10 yards on this. You got to get at least 10 yards on this play. Give yourself something manageable for a 4th down play, because at this point in the game, you got to go for it here. Here we go. Here's the handoff. It's Ginty getting some space. Best run of the game. 1st down. Past the 40. And that is the best run he's had tonight. He got space. That is what he has been waiting for. I think that's what America's been waiting for. What a run. 1st down. And that puts him at 85 yards on the game. Here's Madsen. Looking, throwing it deep, and incomplete. And a flag. We'll see what this is going to be. That's Cameron Bates Madsen was trying to get to. It's a pass interference on the defense. That's Zion Tracy called for the pass interference. So there's a chance. Boise State's got a chance here. Don't need to waste it. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Boise State Broncos. They're past midfield now. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Ginty. And back to about the line of scrimmage. Just not much more. So, I mean, there just hasn't been a whole lot if you're Ginty. Just really not a lot. Clock is moving a little bit, so here we go. 2nd and 10. Madsen takes the snap. Looking, throwing across the middle. That is caught by Strachan. And that is a big-time reception that he needed. Here we go. Here is the handoff. Ashton Ginty breaking some tackles. And he got very close to that 1st down line. And now stoppage in play. And Genty on this play, he wasn't going down. He has been bottled up all night. He's mad. He's tired. And he was just pounding. Now you got an injured Penn State player. So, national broadcast going to a break. Yeah, definitely interesting. Genty, this drive though, this is his drive where he's like, I'm tired of this. I'm going to get my yards. So he's going to do it. Either way, we'll see you on the other side. All right, everybody, welcome back. 24-14, Boise State driving. And other than that interception on the last Boise State drive, these past two drives, I feel like have been two of their best drives of the night. They've needed them to be their top drives, and they're making it count. There's definitely a chance. They're showing that incredible lateral in the 2007 Fiesta Bowl when Boise State played against Oklahoma, and then the backwards handoff to win it 43-42 in the Fiesta Bowl. Jalen Reed, injured player for Penn State. If I believe correctly, they said going into this game, both teams are undefeated when playing in the Fiesta Bowl. So here we go. It's Ashton Genty in the backfield behind Maddox Madsen. It's a handoff to Genty. Genty's got about a yard, and he's met by 3 or 4 Penn State players. So Genty, he is very close to Sanders' record. He's got Genty needs 36 yards, I think. Here's Madsen going to take off and run, get a first down. Down to the 11-yard line, and Boise State very close to getting that touchdown that they need. They desperately need a touchdown, and hey, they got a chance here. Here we go. Penn State subbing. Here's Madsen taking the snap. Here is a sack. Wow. So now, if you're Madsen, you got a long way to go. It's just a bad snap. Just not enough time to really react, and he goes down. 2nd and 20. 3 sacks each tonight for both squads. Under 10 to go. Definitely need to hurry it up a little bit. Running back to the right of Madsen. That's Genty. Here's Madsen. Pressure. He's throwing. That one's nearly caught. He was looking for Caples. So 3rd and 20 now for Boise State. And yes, you got to have a field goal at some point. I would say you want the touchdown now so you have a field goal you have to get later. Makes it a little easier. But we'll see what they can get here. 9.5 to go. Maddox Madsen tonight, 18 to 25, 236, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's his stats tonight. So here we go, 3rd and 20. Madsen sends a man in motion. Here's the snap. Madsen looking, dancing around. Now going to throw it. That one's incomplete. He was looking for Chase Penry. 4th and 20. And a good stop by Penn State. And now field goal unit will come out for Boise State. And so it will be interesting because there's 9:25 to go. If they get a stop, they've got a chance. Keep in mind that missed field goal, it may have hurt them. But here's this one. It's up. It is no good. Missed again. That is 6 points. 6 points left on the board. 6 points left on the field. Wow. And Boise State, I mean, they finally looked like they were actually getting something going on offense, and he missed a field goal. We'll be back in a minute. All right, everybody, welcome back. Penn State football here in this fourth quarter. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in the remainder of this game. But I definitely will say this. Those 2 missed field goals, that's 6 points left out on the field. When Boise State goes and looks back at the tape, those 6 points are going to really, that's really going to hurt. Because depending on how this game ends, those 6 points could have got you a little closer. Could have got you a little closer in this ball game. So, definitely interesting to see what will happen in the remainder of this ball game. 24-14, Penn State. Penn State's defense, I would say first half, I think they played great. Second half, on the other hand, not so great. It's just Boise State messed themselves up. So here we go. 9:20 to go. Aller takes the snap, hands it off to Nick Singleton, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all doing. Some miscues tonight for Boise State. 2 missed field goals, fumble loss in first quarter, interception in fourth quarter. 10 penalties for 75 yards. Boise State, they shot themselves in the foot tonight. There's still time, but You definitely, you got to make something happen. Here we go. Aller comes up to the line of scrimmage, calling out some signals. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Katron Allen, who gets the outside. And he, I believe, got the first down. Yes, he did. First down for Penn State. And so the clock will continue to move. Under 8.5 to go. So, Boise State, and I mean, depending on the way this game ends, it's got 8 minutes to go. Penn State's just going to be content to run the ball. We'll see how much time they chew off this clock. Here's Katron Allen. And another nice run right there for the Penn State back. So keep in mind, tomorrow afternoon, we will be bringing you Ohio State and Oregon here on Saber Broadcast Network as part of our New Year's Day. No college football wraparound. We did that earlier today. So we'll just be doing Oregon and Ohio State. Just give me a little bit of a lighter load just because of the long 6-hour stream we're doing tonight, going to midnight. So just, make it a little easier on me. So 2nd and 3. Aller takes the snap, and he did not give it up, and he gets sacked. 3rd down now, so we'll see what Penn State can do here. But if you're Boise State, you definitely need to stop, and hey, you may be able to get the ball back. You're not going to have a whole lot of time. You may have like 6 minutes, which may give you a little bit of time to go score a touchdown, but you're going to have to try an onside kick most likely. So here we go. Here is Drew Aller. Takes the snap. Looking, throwing across the middle. Caught! Henry Wallace. And that is a big strike because that, quite frankly, could have just made it very difficult for a Boise State team to come back in this ball game. First and 10, Penn State up 10, under 6 to go. That may have just put it in ice. Here we go. Here's a handoff. Nick Singleton slips. So 2nd down now for Penn State. Okay. So, of course, we're going to update the bracket as soon as the game finishes. So, do stick around. We are, excited to get the bracket fixed up here in just a moment. So here we go. 5 minutes to go. Clock is just ticking. Just not a lot of time for Boise State. Singleton with the carry. First down. He will go. Touchdown. Penn State. And like that, Penn State will go to the semifinal round to face the winner of Notre Dame and Georgia. Unless some miracle happens, this is over. Wow. Nick Singleton. It's not been his game, but he breaks away. He may have just iced this game away. Extra point is up, and it is good. 31-14, Penn State. And I mean, I'm going to give the credit where credit's due. Boise State, I believe, even though the score, but depending on if Boise State doesn't score again, this game was a lot closer than what the score is going to indicate. This game will be a lot closer than what the score indicates right now. Nick Singleton may have just put the dagger in the Fiesta Bowl. What a carry. And I mean, Nick Singleton, just incredible. So, Singleton hadn't had a big run all night. Katron Allen was the guy that was having the big runs tonight. And well, Singleton finally gets its touchdown. So here we go. Here is the kickoff, and here is Ginty. He's looking to return this, and he's going nowhere. Boise State ball. We'll see what they can do. Tonight, Katron Allen, 15 carries, 131 yards. And then Nick Singleton, 11 carries, 85 yards. 58-yard touchdown. On that 58 yards on that touchdown is what gave him the majority of his yards here tonight. So, Ginty, 24 carries, 96 yards. So we'll see what he can do. Here we go. Here's Madsen looking to throw. Gonna throw it incomplete. And a flag. Caples was the man that Madsen was looking for. And another offensive penalty. So, Boise State just backing itself up even further. Be 1st and 15. Penalties tonight. Penn State, 7 for 68. Boise State, 11 for 80. 11 penalties in a playoff game is not going to win it. Here we go. Here's Madsen. Throwaway. And that one nearly intercepted. Looking for Stratton. And another flag. And roughing the passer call. And it's that same guy for Penn State, big number 33, Danny Dennis Sutton. I mean, he's the one who took the shot at Ginty. You can't do that. That's just stupid. So 1st and 10 for the Broncos. See what they can do. 4:45 to go, down 17 points. Madsen, he's got Ginty to his left. Here's Madsen taking the snap and another penalty. And a false start on Boise State. Dalen Matoyer. First and 15 for Boise State. So here we go. Madsen takes the snap. He's looking, now throwing. That'll be incomplete. And another flag. This drive has just been a flag show. And pass interference going against Penn State. And just holding on to the receiver, knowing that he got beat. So here we go. 1st and 10 for Boise State. Can they go down the field and get something? Here we go. Madsen going to throw it. That is his receiver, Caples, who is met right at the line of scrimmage. Just nowhere to go. 31-14 is your score. And so Madsen trying to give some signals out to his teammates. Madsen takes the snap. Looking, throwing. That one was tipped and nearly intercepted. 3rd and 10 does stop the clock. But definitely at this point, this is where you got to go for it if you get the opportunity. Like if you end up with 4th down, you got to go for this at this point in the game. Here we go. Hand off to Ginty. That's going nowhere. Penn State's defense has been all over Ashton Ginty all night long. So now, what can they do on this 4th down? And now a injured Penn State player. That's Danny Dennis Sutton. He's the one that's gotten the 2 personal fouls tonight. So what a game. 31-14, Penn State with the lead. So as we showed a while ago, depending on how this game ends, they will play the winner of Notre Dame and Georgia that plays in the Sugar Bowl. Of course, the winner of this game goes to the Capital One Orange Bowl. So here we go. Here's Madsen. Takes the snap. Looking, throwing. That's intercepted. That may be the ball game. Tracy with the interception. And that should do it. And it's just a situation where Madsen's just trying to fit it in because you got to have it, and intercepted. So here we go. Here is the carry for Katron Allen. And gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Boise State will call timeout. They'll have 2 left. So stick around after the game's over. We will stay live until midnight, taking you to the new year. So here we go. 2nd and 10 for Penn State. See what they can do. Here we go. Here's the handoff to Nick Singleton. He'll get a few yards, and that'll be it. So 3rd down now. So Boise State takes a timeout. They'll be left with one more. So of course, but like I said before, Boise State, if they end up losing this game, they had a great season, and I think they proved that I think they belonged here. And I think they were definitely one of the 12 best teams, but they just ran into a Penn State team that was better tonight. So 31-14. First team to hold Ashton Jeanty under 100 yards rushing. I mean, that's incredible. That is just ridiculously incredible. Here's a carry for Katron Allen, and he gets a few yards right there. 4th down for Penn State. So now Boise State will take their final timeout, and they get a chance to get the ball back. So Spencer Danielson's crew, the Boise State Broncos, have a chance to get the ball back. 3.5 to go. Of course, they're looking now at Dylan Gabriel for tomorrow. He should be interesting. Definitely should be an interesting game. We'll have that Oregon-Ohio State game for you tomorrow, right here on Saber Broadcast Network. So you don't have to miss it. So Penn State will stay out on the field, 4th and 5, and we'll see if they can get it. If they can get it, then they can just ice this game away. Haller moves up to the line of scrimmage, trying to give some signals. Here we go. And James Franklin, I believe, will take a delay game. Just back them up enough where they can punt this ball away. Back to Boise. So Boise will be able to have a chance to go score, but I don't know if it really does much at this point. So here we go. Here is the punt. And so be Boise State ball. Fair catch called for. So Ashton Jeanty will come back out. So this is a moment where you realize this is probably your final opportunity to carry the ball with Boise State, because Jeanty most likely is going to go to the NFL. So here we go. Here's Jeanty going to get the run, and he'll get a few yards right there. Clock will continue to run. 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff, getting it to Jeanty, trying to get the outside. He'll get a few yards right there. And so 3rd down now. And so got to get 3 yards. Jeanty's got 101 yards tonight. It's been rough going, but hey, he's got it. And here's a throw to the tight end. 1st down for Boise State. And so they're trying to get down the field. They can probably get one more play off before the 2-minute timeout. Here's Madsen handing it off to Ginty. And he'll be met after about a gain of a yard. So that will most likely take us to the 2-minute timeout as Penn State looks like they will advance to the semifinal round, taking out the 3-seeded Boise State Broncos. What a game, folks. We'll be right back in a moment. All righty, everybody. So we will, of course, show you the bracket here in just a moment. Of course, we won't show it until it is official that the game is over. But Penn State, almost all but they're pretty much in the semifinal round. And we said this before. They definitely, them and Texas has had the two easiest roads to the semifinal round, and it's showing. Penn State, they had SMU, they smoked them at home, and then today, I would say this game was very competitive until the end. I would say that Boise State kept it close, made it an interesting ball game. So I wouldn't say that this was a blowout. This one was not a blowout. It's all going to depend if people go back and really watch this game. This was not a blowout. This was a good win Penn State got, but it was not a blowout. I will hold on to that for the remainder of the playoff as far as we talk about it. And I think the impressive thing is Abdul Carter didn't play most of this game. He got hurt, and he didn't come back in. So definitely impressive to see what Penn State did today. So here we go. 2 minutes to go. Ashton Ginty and the Boise State offense back out there. So here we go. Here's the carry for Ginty, and he'll get about 2 yards, and that's all. So they're trying to get him as close to that Barry Sanders record as can be. But, folks, I hate to say it, but I feel like he's not going to get there. Not enough time on the clock. 3rd and 8. Here's the snap. Madsen looking to throw. Going to throw across the middle. That one's caught. Got a flag on the field. And first down, but we'll have to wait and see what is called down on the field. It's a lot of penalties tonight. Legal formation on Boise State. And again, just a rough night if you're Boise State. Just another bad penalty you can't have. And that's 13 for 90 yards. Minute 28 to go in the ball game. 3rd and 13. And we'll just see what they will do. But Boise State fans bummed by the result. Madsen looking to throw. and he will now throw it. That'll be caught. And running down the sideline. And a great catch right there by Cam Camper. Clock stops for momentarily so the ball can get placed. So this Boise State team will not quit until it's over. Although this game is pretty much out of hand. Got to give credit to this Boise State team for not quitting. Hand off to Genty, and not a lot going there. They're definitely trying to get Genty to score. 2nd and 9. 30 carries for Genty, 104 yards. 3.5 yards per carry. That's his average tonight. So 2nd and 9. Couple of Penn State defensive players hurt now. So, Penn State now, with this win, they will move on and play against the winner of Georgia and Notre Dame. Of course, we'll show you the bracket here in a moment. So 2nd and 9 for Boise State. And waiting to see what is going on. So Penn State will take a timeout. I don't completely understand why. So, Capital One Orange Bowl will feature the Penn State Nittany Lions this season. So let's go ahead and I'll get the bracket pulled up for you real quick so that you can see it with your own eyes. Okay. So here is the bracket. As you can see, Penn State will move on. They're the first team to make it to the semifinal round this season, as Madsen will fake the handoff and throw it out wide. That is Latrell Caples. He'll get out of bounds. Be 3rd down. So that's the bracket. Penn State will move on. They're going to be 13-2 after this ball game. Boise State will be 12-2. What a game, though. What a game. Got to give a lot of credit. They played good. Here we go. Here's Madsen throwing. That'll be caught. And that is Strachan. 1st down, Boise State. 38 seconds to go. You would imagine they're trying to get Genty a touchdown. Here's Madsen looking, throwing, and incomplete. No flag on the play. Looking for Cam Camper. 2nd and 10. So, here we go. 30 seconds, and Genty will head to the sideline. What a season for Ashton Genty. As here's Madsen looking, throwing into an interception. That is intercepted. 1-0 down will come, and this will be over. 31-14. will be the final. 18 seconds still to go. What a game. Penn State, you are the better team tonight. They will move on. They played in the first round, and they will move on to the semifinal round. What a season for Boise State. You got to give them credit. I mean, they had a great season. Mountain West Conference champions. Can they come back and do this again? We'll have to wait and see. And that's the nail down. And that is the ball game. That is the ball game, folks. And I'm updating records right quick for you. So there you go. There's your records. Penn State will move on and face off against the winner of Georgia and Notre Dame in the Capital One Orange Bowl. What a game. Folks, we're not done yet for the night. We've got, and here's the countdown, 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 50 seconds to go until the new year. So we're staying live. So, what are we going to do in the meantime? Well, we will figure that out. But first, let's go to a commercial break, and I'll be right back. All right, post-game thoughts on this ball game here tonight. As you can see the score, 31-14. As I told you before I get into the post-game, we're staying live till midnight Central Time, which is an hour and 44 minutes away. So, first off, what did I think about this ball game? I think that the early explosion Penn State had on offense was huge. Getting up 14-0 really set a tone for Penn State. Now, the way they ended the first half, I don't think was incredible, and they could have done a whole lot better. But second half, other than allowing a touchdown, it was Penn State controlling that second half. But I told you at halftime that if Penn State won, I thought it was going to be because of their defense. I think that's accurate. I think the reason why they won was because their defense showed up and played hard enough, and they won the game. The defense won the game for Penn State. So, what do I say about Boise State this season? This was a good year, okay? Yes, they didn't beat Penn State in the playoff game. They really didn't beat anybody. But the thing that I will hold on to, they were competitive against Oregon. I would say they were competitive against Penn State today. This was probably, I would say, the best game of the whole playoff so far. even though score may not indicate that, I do think this was the closest game and probably the best game of the playoffs so far. Now, tomorrow, when we have Oregon and Ohio State here on the channel, that's probably going to be the best game of the whole entire playoff. But this was a good football game until the end. Because other than that first quarter and other than the end of the game, there was a legitimate thought, hey, maybe Boise State can actually come back and win this football game here tonight. So I think it was a interesting ball game, and you got to tip your cap to Boise State. I think they played a good ball game, and they had a great season. So I'm not going to sit up here and be down on Boise State because I think they had a great year, and I think they did a good